everybody. We're back here with the author of It's Okay to Be Angry About Capitalism, Senator Bernie Sanders. Nikki Haley this past week in her announcement speech, I think, not her video, but her announcement speech, she said she thinks that the presidency, she wants a competency test for all federal candidates over the age of 75, which would include yourself, the former president, and the present president, many other people in the Senate and in the House. What do you make of that call?
Look, we have come, Stephen, a very long way in the last decades in fighting racism, got a long way to go, fighting sexism, fighting homophobia. And I think what she is saying is nothing more than old-fashioned ageism. And, you know, to be honest, look, I know people who are 90 who are as sharp as a tack, and I know people who are 40, you know, got to prod them a little bit.
Sure.
So I think the bottom line is voters judge people based on their competence, their confidence, their views. There are 1,000 factors. But to simply say that if somebody is 75 or older, they need some kind of test, I think that is just ageism and not acceptable.
And it would be impossible to actually create because the Constitution lays out what the qualifications are for president. You need a constitutional amendment.
Well, some of these guys don't worry about the Constitution too much.
That's right. Is it still, ageism isn't good. Is it still okay if I make jokes about how translucently pale Joe Biden is or how much you love soup? Is that okay? Is that still
all
okay?
right? We'll give you a pass on that
Okay,
one.
great. Okay, you are
I don't know. Maybe we should cancel him. What do you think? All right.
It would not be the first time. No. 3 times a charm. Now, you have a new role as chairman of the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, also known as the HELP Committee. Drug companies out there, word is drug companies are a little worried about Chairman Bernie Sanders. Should they be worried, and who else should watch the back?
They should be very worried. You know,
give me an example.
Give you an example. I'll give you a million examples. They are ripping off the American people big time.
How about Moderna wanted to raise the price?
That's one example. This is the poster chart. All right, one case, Moderna vaccine. First of all, that vaccine was developed in cooperation with the NIH, the National Institute of Health, with taxpayer dollars, okay? We worked on that together. Second of all, the taxpayers of this country put $1.9 billion into clinical trials to make that vaccine a success. All right, so you got the vaccine out on the market, government guaranteed a certain amount of sales. In 2 years, the guy who's head of that company, a guy named Mr. Bancel, has made $5 billion.
Him?
Yeah.
Personally?
Yeah. Yeah. And his assistant, the number 2 guy, made $2 billion. I think their leadership there is made about $11 billion. Then after all of that, now remember, this is in the midst of a pandemic where over 1 million people died. And then after that, they came forward and they say, well, when the government reserve of the vaccine expires, depletes, we're going to quadruple the price of the vaccine. So this is corporate greed at its worst. So, you know,
What can you do?
Well, we can do a lot of things, but for a start, it turns out that on the day we announced that Mr. Bancel was going to come before the committee, just coincidentally, they announced that they're going to make the vaccine available for free to people. But in addition to that, Medicare and Medicaid should not have to spend billions for the vaccine. Well, look, the bottom line is, as I think most Americans know, year after year, the pharmaceutical industry makes tens of billions of dollars. They pay their CEOs outrageous compensation packages. And meanwhile, we pay by far the highest prices in the world. Stephen, I have taken people over the Canadian border to buy insulin products for 1/10 of the price in Canada compared to the United States. There are people in this country who are dying because they cannot afford the prescription drugs, and these guys keep raising their prices.
We have to take another break, but stick around. More Bernie Sanders lays ahead.